What is up, everybody? JD here. I hope you're doing well today. Got a new Kizer in today to check out with you guys. Let's jump into it. All right, we got the Kizer Madrac, and guys, I really am impressed with this one. Butterscotch micarta, slightly contoured scales. I don't know if you'll be able to tell. It's just a shade thinner and a shade thicker. So you can see that it is just ever so slightly contoured. They do have their clutch lock mechanism on here. You got a purple aluminum pivot collar on both sides to accent and a titanium thumb stud. Yeah, titanium thumb studs or anodized aluminum thumb studs. I'm not sure. I believe these are anodized pivot collar and thumb studs on the knife, looking very nice. You got standoffs here on the steel liners. They are proud. I'm sorry, they are flush, so they do work very well. Weight relief here as well. And check out the blade shape on this one. Very nice, useful blade shape on it. I like the belly. I like the aggressive tip here for the utility cutting. Nitro V is your steel. Good geometry on this one too. Feels thin. Wish they would get that plunge grind back a little bit on this one. It's already got a smile from the factory. I don't know if you'll be able to tell. I'll try to get it on the B-roll, but slight smile coming out of the factory. Get that plunge grind back a little bit, or you could bring the edge up a little bit, just change that angle to like a 45-degree. I think this one has a stop pin far enough back, the crossbar lock far enough back. Yeah, you could definitely increase the edge on that one without issue. All right, guys, took it down to the garage to do some cutting with it. Good factory edge, good cutting geometry, moves through the material very well. Great utility cutter. No surprise with this blade shape. Move through the material very well. Very easy to control on those detailed cuts with this one. Nice landing pad out here for the finger as well. I did appreciate that. A little small for me. I do hang off the back a little bit, but if you don't mind hanging off the back here a little, you can scooch up a little and you can get a little bit better of a purchase with larger hands. You know, this kind of gives me vibes of a drop bear if it had a utility blade shape. Not to say that it is the same ergonomically, it's a little bit different, but the drop bear is comfortable like this, performs like this, has similar locking mechanism and thumb studs as it does here on the Madrac. I just get drop bear vibes with a utility blade shape on this one. I really just like it a lot. I mean that as a compliment. I don't mean that as their style the same. Just kind of the fit, the finish, how it operates, the sounds all feel reminiscent of a drop bear. And it makes sense, right? Because Kizer does make the drop bear. It is their fit and finish that's on this knife. So it does kind of make sense to me why it's kind of giving me those pseudo vibes. Great EDC size, very, very good job on their crossbar lock system. Still has a little bit of that clutch lock play, as I like to call it. Like there's no man land right here when you're starting to ramp up. I think they give a little bit of play on where it kind of starts to engage or disengage. Or maybe it's just the way that the crossbar lock mechanism works with the clutch lock. I don't know. And I don't know what setting this is on. Maybe it needs to go a little bit stronger to get rid of that. Maybe that's all that it is. All right, let's do some size comparisons for the Madrac. All right, here it is against the Momo and the Mini Momo. And you can see the Madrac's actually a little bit smaller than the Mini Momo overall. And I think that's because of the longer tip on the Mini Momo, because we go pivot to handle, they're the same, and you got a little bit more blade length. So overall a little bit smaller, but similar handle length, but I think the Mini Momo did it better. All right, so here it is against the CMB Made Knives Predator version 3 and the Artisan Home. And as you can see, it's a little bit bigger than the Home. Still think that the Home has the better ergonomic presence, and it is just a little bit smaller than the CMB Made Knives Predator. Let's grab the scale and check the weight on this one. All right, scale out and on. The Madrid, I'm thinking, is probably going to be another 3.5, 3.6 ounce knife. Doesn't feel heavy at all, guys. Coming in at 3.3. So I'm over on this one as well. I'm not sure what's throwing me off today, but it definitely felt like it was going to be just a little bit heavier than 3.3. So this actually is going to be a very good weight as far as an everyday carry. It's not going to be too heavy in the hand. It's going to feel light in the pocket. So I do like that a lot about the Madrid. All right, time for final thoughts and impressions on the Madrid, guys. I grade on a scale of 1 to 10, but 7 is the cap for budget-friendly materials. So Nitro V, Steel, and Micarta are all going to be budget-friendly materials that are going to limit this at a 7. What goes into that score is going to be fit and finish, ergos, cutting performance, money for value, and the aesthetics. And there's a lot of positives here with this. Good action, great fit and finish. Love the blade shape, love the blade steel at this price point. Love that butterscotch micarta, slightly contoured scales. Just a lot of positive things here. Now, negatively, it is a little small for me. I would have liked a little bit more real estate on here or a larger landing pad to be able to kind of choke up. Good jimping on here. I will say there are knives out there that feel like they are just a little bit better finished. That edge termination needs to be pulled back a little bit. I think they could have gotten this to be a little bit thinner, a little bit higher. I don't think they need to stop so early on this. I think it would have made it even more slicey to carry that out a little bit further on the blade. I think that would work really, really nicely. Not a lot to hate on this particular one. So for me, I'm at a 6.5. I think that's an awesome score considering 7 is the cap on this. Make it a little bit larger and maybe it moves up slightly. Carry that edge up and fix that edge termination, and it's creeping up a little bit more from there. But I think that is a very, very good score for the Madrid. Would love to hear what you guys think about this one down in the comments below. I do have it linked in the description. That is an affiliate link, and when you use that, it does help the channel tremendously. Special shout out and thanks to my channel members. Your memberships actually help as well, so thank you for that. I'm out of here. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, a like would be appreciated. Definitely consider subscribing if you're not already subscribed. I definitely appreciate each and every one of you hanging out with me today. I hope you have a fantastic week. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.